It is Arsenal and Manchester United at the Emirates. The Sunday lunchtime kickoff in the Premier League. Arsenal slight favourites according to the odds makers to win at home. Manchester United 2-1. Draw 13-5. A fixture that for so long was the best in English football, Craig. And there's a lot at stake in this one.
With the Wenger-Ferguson years for sure. But, you know, United had that great performance there not too long ago in the FA Cup, which was a great 3-1 win. And hell, I'm just not betting against Man United at the moment.
No.
Injuries or not, because we're expecting them to have some of those players that were out in Paris back. Pogba will be back from the suspension he served in that game. And whilst Arsenal were decent at Tottenham last week and probably should have won, this United side are on just one heck of a roll. So many informed players, playing with confidence. Whatever the manager says, they're taking in. And they're 9 consecutive wins, I think, on the road. It was quite incredible.
18th game for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They're going for their 15th win.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad, is it?
I think this has got a draw written all over
Really?
it. I'll be absolutely shocked if there's not some sort of hangover left over from Manchester United. You know, they're getting a couple of players back, but they're going to be dog tired. I mean, you could say the same for Arsenal, but they're at home. I think this has got a draw written all over it.
They're both coming off those 3-1 results on French soil. Very different 3-1 results, Ali.
And that's a problem that I see with Arsenal, is that they can look as good as they did against Spurs, and then they can do what they did against Rennes. And regardless of whether they were playing with 10 men or not, it just feels like this is a team that can go in any different direction on a given day. So for me, I am with Craig wholeheartedly. Why go against Manchester United? If we're going to try to find reasons as to why go against Manchester United nowadays, we're fools. We're fools. And I'm not a fool.
Well, no, you're not. You've never been accused of that.
That's a matter of opinion.
Paolo, you've got the inside track on the sort of dynamics with Arsenal. I know you're a regular viewer of them. I guess Arsenal fans would suggest their home record is one reason to be hopeful.
Yeah, absolutely. They've won, I think it's 8 in a row at home. Obviously, the counter to that is that Manchester United have won 9 in a row away from home. So certainly two teams that, in this position, come in strong form. I think it's a big loss for Arsenal not having Lucas Torreira in central midfield. He's obviously suspended, whereas Manchester United have the opposite situation, Paul Pogba coming back from suspension. So I think he'll be missed in midfield. And clearly at some point in the last week, you think what Arsenal really need to do is just stop having central defenders make individual calamitous errors that cost them games, as happened against Tottenham and then again against Rennes in the Europa League. But I think it's obviously a hugely important game, but I think it's one that Arsenal can win, but they have to really pick their heads up after that midweek defeat.
But it seems that, Unai Emery doesn't always feel that way himself about Torreira. Because he got sent off last week, but he came off the bench for Guendouzi. So I don't think the manager himself is quite convinced that he's the key player that they need, as good a player as he is. The other thing I would say about Emery, and he's not been shy to throw a few curveballs this year in terms of the formations he puts out. So that could be sort of one thing to watch out for. He's skirted with certain back fours and back threes, and he's put Aaron Ramsey in the hole sometimes, and so he's, Ozil on the bench, Ozil playing, Aubameyang dropped really against Spurs, was a bit of a shock. So he could play both those players. He could play Lacazette and Aubameyang, or he could play Aubameyang on the left. So he's always had a few options that he throws out there. He's not frightened to try something if he thinks it's going to throw the opposition off the scent.
No chance Ozil is playing, by the way.
No chance?
No chance.
Why would he play away from home in a Champions League, in a Europa League game?
I have no idea, but he played against Rennes. They lost 3-1, so there's no chance he's playing.
Who needs this more, by the way? Because the Manchester United run-in is definitely tougher than Arsenal's. This is Arsenal's last game against a top 6
I think
game.
Arsenal needs it more.
They do?
Listen, if Manchester United do not win this game, I don't think anybody's going to be pointing any fingers or asking any questions because of what happened or what's been happening under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I mean, they're going to lose another game sometime, that's for sure. I think Arsenal, if they don't win this game, that is a huge dent in any hope they have of getting to the top 4. They're sitting in a place where I didn't think they were capable of right now. But if they get beat in this game, I think they can forget all about top 4.